Hello everybody, this is TheXseption, and welcome to a brand new league. This is the WPE World Pokemon Entertainment. This week is the week 2 of this league. I'm actually taking over for another coach. I was invited to take over for it for him. He wasn't able to do his week 1 battle. I don't know what the issue was, but I took his place. So I'm starting out at 0-1. This is week 2, where me and the Tampa Bay Luxrays will be taking on TIE Fighter 76, I do believe, in the Battlefield Torracats. His link will be down below in the description. Make sure you check him out. He's also the commissioner of this league, so this is a very important battle, especially since it's the first one here, and I'm already down with a loss and a -3 differential due to the forfeit situation week 1 and me taking over as the new coach. So that is pretty much it. My team consists of Mega Charizard X, Skarmory, Azelf, Hitmontop, Drapion, Whimsicott, Milotic, Porygon Z, Mismagius, Zebstrika, and Terrakion. Now, Porygon Z is my Z mover. In this league, we have one dedicated Z mover, and that is all. Unlike the NPA, where you can just put it on any Pokemon you wanted, it is dedicated to just one Pokemon in this league. So his is going to be a Victini, mine is Porygon Z. I did not bring it this week, and I will not be bringing it at all in this league because I have dropped it. I also made a few drops, so next week you will actually see some different Pokemon, and you will not see some Pokemon at all this season because of the drops. So I dropped Skarmory, Porygon Z, and Zebstrika, and I picked up Hippowdon, Doublade, and Regice. Now, I've used Doublade and Regice before. I had a lot of fun with them. Regice is a surprisingly fun Pokemon to use, and Doublade it's bulky, it's slow, it's my kind of Pokemon. So that'll be fun to use. Hippowdon is also a very interesting Pokemon. I've never used it in League format, but I have seen it used plenty. Also, this team sort of reminds me of Vump's team from NPA Season 2, where he had Mega Charizard X and Hippowdon, and he won the league with that team. Anyways, so let's choose our team here. We have a very special team this week. I am very excited to be using it. I think we stand a good shot against this team. So let's choose some good music here. We'll get Galadion going. Why not? So you can see the Pokemon I'm predicting him to bring. I'm really threatened by Tyrantrum and kind of by Rotom, but I think we have some checks and counters that we can deal with these things. Okay, so what does he bring? He brings... Well, good on him. So he brings Drifblim, which I didn't expect to come at all, really. I'm surprised he didn't bring Bronzong, but that's cool. I thought he would try to set up Trick Room on me, and he's definitely not going to be doing that unless Drifblim gets Trick Room, which is a possibility. We'll have to check that out in just a second here. So let's get Drifblim up there. What else did he bring? He brought Liepard over. So no Mega Venusaur. So Liepard. We did not predict right at all. And he brought Mammoth over Tyrantrum, which I thought was a possibility, but because I didn't think he'd bring both of them, but I did think Tyrantrum threatened me a bit more. Mammoth doesn't seem like that big of an issue. I can handle it just fine. I think my lead is going to be Carol, though. Carol the Whimsicott. So... Man, if he leads Rotom, that'll be good. If he leads with Liepard, that'll be good. If he leads Drifblim and it has Trick Room, we will find out soon. Trick Room. Do you have it? It doesn't have Trick Room. It has Trick, though. So he's not going to be setting up Trick Room on me, which was, I thought it could be his like big strategy this week, but he leads with Rotom. So we'll see what he's going to be doing here. So I'm leading with Carol the Whimsicott. Whimsicott, just a good lead overall. Actually, it was going to be my dedicated lead this week to deal with potential Bronzong Trick Rooming and setting up rocks, or to deal with Rotom if he wants to lead with that. He led with Rotom, so I'm not sure what kind of set he's running. If he's running HP Poison, that could be super annoying, but we can deal with it. I actually have Substitute, a Giga Drain, Moonblast, and Taunt. No reason to taunt it, of course. I think we're okay. Just hit. I mean, I could hit Substitute and Scout for the HP poison. If he is super specially invested, I don't think a Volt Switch. No, we could actually sub on a Volt Switch. We could, and that would be pretty good because he doesn't have Mega Venusaur. Nothing on his team resists a Moonblast, so I'm just gonna hit Substitute, I think, because like I said, I don't think he's going to hit like Trick or some other status move. I think he's just gonna Volt Switch, or freely switch out because he doesn't want to get hit with a Giga Drain. So I'm just gonna hit Substitute here, and we'll get a big withdrawing. So he doesn't have HP poison. That's really good to know, because he probably would have stayed in if he had it. So we're just gonna Substitute up. And that's probably going to worry him a bit, except that Hyper Voice hits through sub, which I did not think about, which could be annoying. We do have to keep around Whimsicott, though, for that Rotom. So if he has this Sylveon, he's going to do a lot with a Hyper Voice. In fact, our switch-in is probably Skarmory. I don't have Baton Pass, so I can't just Baton Pass into it, unfortunately. I could hit Taunt, though. Taunt, because then it can't Wish, or it's not going to hit Toxic, of course. But it can't Wish if I do that. Does he just go for the Hyper Voice? It does hit through the sub. And I have really no resistances to it other than Skarmory. So I'm leaning towards just going into Skarmory here. That's probably the best bet. Like, normally I wouldn't want to waste a sub, but if he has Hyper Voice, it's going to hit through it anyway. So, I mean, and he's got to know if I Baton Passed into something, it's still going to take the Hyper Voice. So I'm going to go into Skarmory here. We're just going to make the switch. We are faster, so we're going to switch out first, and we'll see what he wants to do here. He's just going to go for the Hyper Voice. Makes sense. It's a good play. Doesn't do that much, so he's not that specially invested, in fact. I don't believe, anyway. Let's take a look at the calc here real quick for our Skarmory. That's about in line with a... He's probably defensive, then, with a defensive Sylveon, because that didn't do very much at all. So what we can do here, we can set up rocks. His only way to get rid of rocks is Drifblim. And Drifblim is it part flying type? I believe it is, yes. Flying Ghost. So he's going to be taking some good rock damage whenever he comes in on rocks. So I kind of want to set up rocks here. But what does... If Drifblim were to just switch in here, which is a possibility, what can it do to me? Knockoff would be annoying. I'm just going to set up rocks, though. Like, Iron Heading is a nice play, but I'm just going to set up rocks, and then I'm going to hit Roost when he brings in Drifblim, which I assume is what's coming in. No, Rotom's just coming in. Okay. Rotom can come in. Let's set up rocks. And if he brings in Drifblim on Whimsicott, I will just taunt it. I wonder if he'll predict... No. We're going to go around in a circle here for a second. I'm going to go into... I'm going to go into Whimsicott. It's my switch into it. It's my switch into Rotom for sure. See how much damage this Volt Switch does, or if he goes for something else, just goes for the Volt Switch. Would have done a lot to Skarmory, so it makes sense. It does a decent amount to me. I'm almost in range for a Hyper Voice, which is annoying. I could... wonder if he'll pull a double soon. Like, if I go into Skarmory when he brings out Sylveon, I assume he's going to bring out Sylveon here. I wonder if he'll pull a double and just go into Rotom again. He's taking a long time to think about this, though, so he's probably thinking about that as well. So Sylveon just comes back in. Now, does he pull a double here? Does he pull a double and try to catch me off guard? He really doesn't have to, right? I mean, he doesn't lose anything from just hitting Hyper Voice on me. He's getting good damage. But all the switching does wear him down a little bit. So, I mean... does he pull the double? I really don't think I can take a Hyper Voice from this thing, which is annoying. I really want to predict him, but we die. We die to a Hyper Voice. He could also go for a Wish, but he hasn't lost that much health. So that would be strange. Does he lose anything just from hitting? Because we're just going to go around in a circle here. I got to keep Skarmory healthy. Maybe I just let this go down. Because I can just go into Milotic. Actually... Alright, let's go into Skarmory. Does he pull a double? No, he just goes for a Hyper Voice. Which makes sense. So I really just want to hit Roost here. Because he is wearing me down little by little. So we can take a Hyper Voice with Milotic. He may have... I think I'm going to hit Roost. I'm going to go into... we can play this game. We can play this game for a little bit here. I'm going to hit Roost, and then I will go into... We also haven't seen HP Fire from this thing yet. Hyper Voice probably does just a little bit less damage. But that is something to note because he probably has Wish and Heal Bell. He has Baton Pass, actually. Okay. Wonder if he has any setup moves then. So this thing's just coming back out, which makes sense. I wonder why he didn't Baton Pass the first time. He just switched straight out. But that does take up one of his move slots, so... which means he probably doesn't have Heal Bell or he doesn't have Toxic. Which is nice to know. Which is really nice to know. I'm going to go back into the Whimsicott. I know this is like really just going back and forth here. We're just playing a... we're just going around in circles here. Not really making much progress, but I did get up rocks. And at the very least, Rotom's taking a little bit of damage. Sylveon really hasn't because it's gotten its leftovers back. But next turn, I think I'm going to go into Milotic instead. I need to keep Whimsicott alive for that Liepard. And I need to keep Skarmory in good health for the Mamoswine. Also, it'd be good if I could get in Charizard soon and set up Well, just Mega Evolve even would be good. That way, if he does get up rocks at some point with Mamoswine, he's just going to go for the Thunder Wave, which is fine. That works fine. Yeah, I mean, it does kind of suck being paralyzed, because then it makes it harder to kill the Liepard, especially if it has Gunk Shot, but not the worst thing in the world. I could go for a Moonblast here, which I might do. Do I go for the Moonblast? What does he go into? He just paralyzed me. I'm probably going to go for the Grass move, so does he go into Victini? I'm going to hit Taunt, because he'll probably just go into... No, Taunt is... Crap. Well, I'll get some damage off if I hit Giga Drain. I'll get some health back at least. Let's hit that. Let's go with Giga Drain. I don't want to activate the Prankster and have to deal with that, so we're just going to hit Giga Drain and heal off of, hopefully, Sylveon. He could bring in Victini here, which would be kind of annoying, but not the worst thing in the world. Once I Mega Evolve Charizard, Charizard's pretty much the switch into Victini. It can take any hit from Victini. Even a Z move, in fact. If he had Z... Volt Strike? No, V Create, maybe. I don't know. I know Volt Strike and Z V Create don't kill, so I should be able to roost up on those, even if that's what he has. Although I have no idea what he might have for a Z move. Could have Trick Room on Victini. That'd be kind of weird, though, I think. Especially since he brought Liepard, that would be very odd. So it probably doesn't have Trick Room at all. So Drifloon just comes out here. It's going to take a Giga Drain. He's probably just going to go for the Defog, but I have Taunt, and I'm definitely going for that. Hopefully I don't get paralyzed. So I have no idea what he has on Drifloon here, but Taunt is my play, because I don't want him to defog the rocks. And if he kills me, that's fine. I prefer to have it around, but now that I've been paralyzed, it's annoying. So we've seen Volt Switch and Thunder Wave on the Rotom. So he fell for the Taunt. He can't use Defog. Cool. Cool. What does this thing do to Charizard? Oh. Oh no. I forgot to put in Charizard as Mega Charizard. So gonna have to get that in there real quick. That way. I can calc this and not lose the match. Alright, so Charizard X. It should be able to deal with Drifloon just fine. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into Charizard and start... Well, I mean... kind of weird to just say I'm going to set up, but we'll see. So he goes for the Shadow Ball, which I should be able to take just fine. Yeah, we take that fine. So I'm definitely going to Mega Evolve here, as I have to. And what do we hit? I don't know what he goes into here. Does he go into Rotom? Rotom doesn't want to take a Dragon Claw. Flare Blitz. If I had Flare Blitz, what would he be expecting it to do to him? He'd be expecting it to kill. And he needs this thing, so he's not going to let it die. So he either goes into Lipard, but Lipard probably doesn't want to take a Flare Blitz either. What comes in? Yeah, no. Mamoswine. But we're going to be doing some good damage versus it. Even Mamoswine doesn't want to take a Flare Blitz. Maybe Victini. I'm very tempted just to hit Swords Dance here. Because he can't kill me. So... The thing is, like, if I hit that and Lipard comes in, that'll be annoying. I'm going to hit Swords Dance. So he stays in. What does he go for? Shadow Ball. Should take that better as a Mega. Unfortunately not that well. So I'm going to hit Roost here. Get our HP back. And he can do whatever he wants. We are a +2 Charizard. And he really doesn't have much to deal with that, in fact. So we're at +2. Flame Charge might kill this thing. He just goes for the Defog, which is fine. In fact, that's totally fine. Does Sylveon live a +2? If it's fully defensive, yes. What if we were at +4? I don't know. I think I'm just going to go for the Flame Charge here. I mean, I already know Sylveon doesn't have... I'm just going to hit Flame Charge. We should kill this Drift Blame at the very least. So, what does it have? It doesn't have Aftermath, which is nice. Cruella is coming in, which is Lipard. He's just going to paralyze me, right? And I don't want to be paralyzed. Really don't want to be paralyzed. Tyrantrum's dead. So... Or Tyrantrum's not even here. So, I don't really have to worry about speed as much. Man, I really gotta think he just goes for Thunder Wave. It really makes sense. He could miss, though. I mean, I just hit Flame Charge here and take him out, I think. We'll be slower than Rotom, though. I do believe. Well, it halves our speed. We'll be at +2 speed. I don't know. Do I stay in? The thing is, like, I'm set up already. I'm just going to hit Flame Charge. I'm just going to hit it. He goes for the Thunder Wave. It makes sense. Good play on his part. I mean, I knew it was coming, but I think it's better just to take this thing out. He's Focus Sashed. Great. And that's fine. So we're at +2 speed, +2 attack. but we are paralyzed. So we're paralyzed. He's just going to let this thing go down, I would believe. I would think. I gotta think he just lets this go down. I should still outspeed Rotom, and I actually might be able to kill Rotom. No, that's at +4. Should still outspeed Rotom, though. Victini's not that big of an issue. Mamoswine's the biggest issue. Do we outspeed Mamoswine? I don't think we do. Unless we get more speed. Do we just hit Flame Charge here? Maybe I set up again, thinking he's just going to go for the Sucker Punch. I think I'm going to do that. Set up again just because he's going for the Sucker Punch, and then I'll go for... He goes for Knockoff. That's cool. It's whatever. So, I'm set up to +4 now. I can take another Knockoff. Need to remember that my special defense is at -1 and my speed is at +2. That's going to be very important coming up here. Actually, let's Roost. Are we faster than Mamoswine? Being at 50 speed and +2. Like, I just don't know. I have no idea. I'm gonna hit Roost, because I gotta get my health back. Gotta get my health back, and then I have to hit Flame Charge on the next turn. Because I cannot allow... Encore? Okay. Kind of annoying. Am I stuck with Swords Dance then? Yeah. Well, that's annoying. How many Encores does he have? Probably a ton. Yeah, I probably should have just killed him there. Should have done that, but then I wouldn't have been able to deal with Rotom as well. Actually, Encore only has 5 power points, so like 8. I can't take 8 knockoffs though. Which is annoying. All right, what do we go into then? I don't want to lose my Waycan Berry. Can I lose my Choice Scarf? Is that okay? Can I lose my Choice Scarf? On Terrakion, I mean. I think we can afford to lose it if we need to, but I don't really want to lose it. I'm going to stay in and just hit Swords Dance again. He's probably just going to go for the knockoff, yeah. Because this forces him to hit Encore here. Forces the Encore. Because otherwise I sweep him. So I can just go into... Yeah. Well, does it? Yeah, because he can't hit knockoff. Well, will I be faster? Really just want to go into Terrakion. But that's actually not a good play. Because he could just paralyze that as well. My best play is probably Skarmory, actually. Let's go into Skarmory. We can set up rocks again. And it doesn't matter if he paralyzes us. Because we're already slow. Although Zard can't really heal up on anything, can it? Which is annoying. But it's okay. We can use it as death fodder later. Let's go ahead and get up the rocks, I guess. He might have taunt, actually. Taunt. Does he have taunt? He might have taunt. Although, why wouldn't he have used that? You know? So I'm just going to hit stealth rocks here. He doesn't have taunt. No. So his Liepard's dead then. Pretty much. Victini comes in, but does not scare me. In fact, I might just throw Charizard in there now. Do I throw Charizard in there? I could throw in Whimsicott. If he sets up Trick Room, that could be scary. It's hard to say. I kind of I'd like to stay in, but he's probably just gonna go for Bolt Strike, which would devastate me. And I can't stay in on that. I also can't switch in Milotic because I need it. It has a Wacan Berry, which is really nice. So I have to let something go down here, I think. It's either Skarmory, Charizard, or Whimsicott. Whimsicott's still... No, it's not really that nice because it's paralyzed. I was going to say it's kind of useful, but it really isn't because Drifblim's gone. It's also not very useful because it's paralyzed, not very fast. I can taunt with it, though, which is good. But I'm going to switch into Whimsicott. Whimsicott can be sacked off here. I think that's fine. Blue Flare. Gonna knock me out, of course. Then I think we just bring in Milotic here. I think. So, Victini. We don't know what his item is, but Z-move seems most likely. This is a Z-move Pokemon, so it just seems likely. We can't kill it with a Hydro Pump, which is annoying. But can I just send in Mismagius? Mismagius. Yes, I can just Shadow Ball it. So let's send it in. Send in John Cena! The Mismagius. And then we just hit Shadow Ball. Hit Shadow Ball. Does Mamo take that? Mamo doesn't want to take it. But I just hit Shadow Ball because that'll kill Victini. I mean, it could be sashed Victini, but it'd be kind of weird because he sashed Liepard. He could just bring in Liepard here to sack it off. Probably be the smart play just to see what I go for. I am Choice Specs Mismagius, so the Shadow Ball is going to do a lot. He won't get any information off of it, which is good. And we're definitely outspeeding this Victini. Did we kill this thing? You know, if he has a lot of investment in HP or special defense, we might not kill. But if he has almost none, then we're actually going to do like 113 to 133. So he's going to send out Sylveon, which makes complete sense. And he's going to take a lot from this Shadow Ball. Ooh, we got a critical hit. In my test matches, I got a lot of crits and a lot of special defense drops, actually. We can actually take a Hyper Voice, so that matters because I believe we two-shot Sylveon from here. So that means it can't... I mean, it could Wish Protect. Then we know it's full set. Baton Pass, Hyper Voice, Wish and Protect. But we haven't seen Wish or Protect yet, so we don't know what he has. I have to go for Shadow Ball if I stay in. I think we can two-shot it from here. And we can definitely take a Hyper Voice, especially since it's not invested. Yeah, we can take one Hyper Voice. I'm going to go for another Shadow Ball. See what he wants to do. It really sucks for him that that critical hit happened, because it really limits what he can do here. He either has to switch and let something else take a Shadow Ball, a Choice Spec Shadow Ball, or Sylveon dies in 2 turns, I believe. And Liepard's pretty much already dead. So he's just going to stay in, probably just hit that Hyper Voice, I would assume. Do we kill with another one? He's going to Baton Pass out of here. I outspeed his whole team. Unless this thing is Scarfed. Probably has Dark Pulse on it. So Rotom with Dark Pulse. Or Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is probably just as likely here. I think it gets Shadow Ball. I've used Rotom before. I believe it does. I'll calc Dark Pulse as well. They're gonna do the same, so that's fine. But if he's specially invested, it's gonna do a lot. But I can take one, and we can see what kind of set he is. I'm actually gonna. I should do like 50% to him, and he can't kill me. I gotta keep this thing around for Victini, though, I think. I'm just gonna hit Shadow Ball and stay in. So he really doesn't have a good switch in here. Yeah, wow. Does a lot. He's just gonna Thunder Wave, which really sucks, actually. That really sucks. Should have seen that coming, but not much I could do. Something was gonna get paralyzed there. This is probably the best thing. Skarmory is probably the best thing, but I wasn't just going to let it go down. Especially since I need it for Mamoswine. Does Skarmory have enough health here? I'm going to check on Skarmory's health real quick. Yeah, Skarmory has enough health. It can come in on Mamoswine. I think I just hit Shadow Ball again. It's fine with me. Just hit Shadow Ball. He's just go for the Hydro. Should do a decent amount. It's not. He's not Choice then. Hopefully we don't get paralyzed here. I guess that makes up for the crit a little bit. I don't know. The second one should kill, but what do we do? Do we stay in? I think we have to. Kind of wish I had seen that coming. I didn't even think about the Thunder Wave there, but it makes sense. I was really thinking he was just going to hit me with the Dark Pulse. Could also miss a Hydro. Also, if that was a low roll, or if that was a higher roll, he might not be able to knock me out here. If he doesn't have any investment, that was a higher roll, so we could live another Hydro Pump, I think. I'm going to hit Shadow Ball again. Maybe we knock out Rotom, maybe we don't. If we could knock it out, that'd be pretty great. I avoid! With the avoid. I may not have mattered because of my health. I might have lived it. Obviously, no way to know. Sorry about that, man. Yeah. So, have to talk to him after and see what his set was. Because without any investment, Hydro Pump would have done 44 to 53%, and it looked like we were about at 49, so it would have been like a 50-50 chance to kill, it seems. But that really does hurt him. Hurts him a lot. Now, he has 3 Pokemon left, really, because Liepard just dies on rocks. Victini could come in here. Victini could totally come in here. And it would just kill me straight up, which is fine. Sylveon could come in and kill me, and I believe Mamoswine also kills me, so I might just let Mismagius go down here. I think the plan is just bring in Terrakion and hit Earthquake. Yeah, that's probably it. Probably all there is to it. Mamoswine probably doesn't want to even take an EQ. Yeah, Victini just comes back in. He's not going to waste his Z move here, I don't think. But I'm not just going to send in... I'm not just going to send in Milotic. Mamoswine versus... what was I looking at here? Versus Terrakion. I want to see how much we do. We do a good chunk with Earthquake. And it should kill Sylveon, and it'll kill Victini, so... Earthquake is the play after Mismagius goes down. Earthquake with Terrakion. I guess we just hit Shadow Ball here, and if he mispredicts, he dies. If he overpredicts, he dies. Blue Flare, that'll kill me. That will kill. So, I kind of just want to bring in Terrakion and hit EQ, but... Yeah, that's the play. Because I can just switch into Skarmory if needed. Yeah, let's do it. Bring in Terrakion. We just hit EQ. Like I said, it'll kill Sylveon. Mamoswine would be annoying if he brought that in here. He'll get to see what I go for. I wonder if I could be a little tricky and just pull the switch, put in Milotic when he brings in Liepard. That would be interesting. I think I have to hit EQ, though. I think this is the time he throws in Liepard. Because he doesn't want Mamoswine just to take an EQ straight up. So I'm just going to hit EQ. Liepard comes in. Yeah. He had to see what I went for. Because if I went for close combat, he could bring in Victini again. If I go for EQ, he can bring in Mamoswine. Might be able to bring in... I don't think he can bring in Sylveon, not on rocks. Yeah, Mamoswine comes in. He might set up his own rocks here. But that'd be kind of strange, because it's very late game. I'm just going to send in Skarmory. Skarmory's my hard switch. It just takes pretty much any hit from Mamoswine. And I can roost up on it, I think. So let's go into it. Just go into Skarmory. So he just goes for the EQ. Wow. I think I just hit Iron Head, because Sylveon, it'll stop Sylveon from coming in. Only Victini can come in. It doesn't want to come in too often. So I think I just hit Iron Head. I mean, also Victini's going to be taking damage here. So I'm just going to hit Iron Head. He just goes for the Icicle Crash. We're going to live that just fine. He's Life Orb. Might actually live another one. We should live another one. It doesn't look like he's going to live another Iron Head here. I kind of want to hit Roost, but all he has to do is hit Earthquake. No. I'm fine. He's faster than me. So hitting Earthquake won't do anything. Yeah, I just hit Roost. He just goes for the Icicle Crash. Can he miss an Icicle Crash? I feel like that's not 100% accurate. We live. Icicle Crash. 30% chance to cause me to flinch. And it causes me to flinch, which is fine. Manny's very low on health here. So I just hit EQ with Terrakion, and that wins the match. I believe. Victini could be very tricky. If it's like, I don't know. But, yeah, I just hit Roost here. I mean, if he switches out, he doesn't. He just goes for the freeze dry. So we know that he's not Scarf, which is good. Although it didn't really matter because Terrakion outspeeds anyway. And Terrakion just sweeps, I believe, these last 3 kills. I do believe. Alright, so EQ it is. EQ 3 times. Unless he's got like a Ground Berry on Victini, that'd be very strange. No reason to run a Ground Berry when you could have a Scarf. Scarf Victini, does it outspeed? I don't think it outspeeds. Shouldn't outspeed. He has only hit 1 move, though. We should outspeed it, right? I'm 196 speed with a Choice Scarf. Yeah, there's no way Victini outspeeds me. I just hit EQ. Yeah, so that's pretty much going to be a good game. Good game to Absol 76, TIE Fighter 76. His links will be down below in the description. Make sure to check him out. I'm sure his side of the battle is going to be really fun to watch. I will be very interested to see what he was thinking throughout. It's really unfortunate that crit happened on Sylveon earlier, where he had to switch out, and then also the miss with the Hydro Pump. But I think we played pretty well. Probably some room for improvement. Not seeing that Thunder Wave coming onto onto Miss Magius from the Rotom. That would have been great to see coming, but it is what it is. We're pulling out with a win here, bringing our record to 1-1 with a 0 differential because of the -3 from the forfeit for week 1 when we weren't in the league, and then +3 here. So we're looking pretty good. Playoffs, we got 11 weeks left. Hopefully we can make them. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. I had a lot of fun. This was a really great battle. Great prep on both sides. I didn't see a lot of the things coming that he brought, especially Drifblim. So yeah, it'll be really interesting to see his side of the match. But anyways, guys, peace out. I'll be back next week with our second match of the league, where we are facing... Who are we facing? The Toronto Swa Blue Jays and Cap'n Crump. So, hope you guys are excited for that, and I'll see you guys then.